Hello students, this is Professor Street and I'm going to show you how to create your Digication portfolio for Span 160 Elementary Spanish Online. Digication portfolio is where you will be doing all of your speaking, your writing, your revising, and your reflecting. It's a great way to chart and see your learning in real time, and it's a pretty easy and intuitive program to follow. Okay, so when you get started with Digication Cora, you can go to the assignment where it says create portfolio and introduction. You can open it. However, it's going to tell you at first to go to Digication Cora. We will submit the link to the assignment at the end. So you can approach that however you would like. So select Digication Cora. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. I will say that we will only create one portfolio a semester for the whole entire class. So remember, if you are finding yourself doing this activity more than once, something has gone wrong. Do not do this activity more than once. You will only need one portfolio. So we will only go through this particular set of steps one time. Okay, so you would select add work. Now, if you've never used Digication before, when you select add work, it's going to automatically start creating your portfolio from the template. If you've used Digication before, you will get the next screen that we see. Okay, so that is a little difference. There are students in the class that have used Digication. Select add work. Remember, if you've never used Digication before, your portfolio will automatically begin to be created and you will not see the screen. If you have used Digication before, you will see your previous portfolio thumbnails as templates that you could use. Do not use them. Select Create New at the bottom. Then you'll see the screen that the people that have never used Digication saw at the beginning. Okay, so now what's happening is Digication is creating the portfolio from the template that I created. It only takes a few seconds. Okay, from here, this is our portfolio where all of the instructions are, where you'll do all of your work. We'll go over some of that soon, but we're here to create the portfolio. The first thing we want to do is change our name up here, right? So you can unlock this, select the pencil, delete it, and type your name. I'm going to say Matt Street, student. You can change the font and the color if you like. I mean, there's a bunch of aesthetic stuff that you can do here. You're free to play around with it as well. So we changed our name in the header by selecting unlock, etc. Now we see the person icon with the red dot. This means we have work to do. We will select share. You will only do this one time as we're setting the settings for the portfolio for the whole 6 weeks. View recommended settings. Again, we will change our name here so we know how your portfolio you'll be able to identify it from other people. So I'm going to say Matt Street student again. Okay, so now your portfolio is private. You're giving people access to it. You are also the administrator of your portfolio, meaning that you can add work, you can delete the whole portfolio if you would like. Now we're going to give people permission to see. You'll select this gray box here. Now you may have only one class or a couple of classes. I have a lot more. You will find our class, which is 25 SU Elementary Spanish Online. We'll select this. Now you are giving permission to myself and Patricio to view and comment on your portfolio. You're also giving permission to other students in the class to view and comment on your portfolio. But remember, you're the only one that can make edits and that sort of stuff to your portfolio. So from here, we will select Save. Now we're almost finished. In Digication language, publishing your work makes it visible to your classmates and to your teacher. So remember, publish equals visible. So let's publish all pages so we can confirm that we created it correctly. So they're all in draft mode at the moment, which is fine. And we will select publish. This is pretty quick because all of the pages are empty. We just grab the instructions. Okay, so now we want to verify that we did it correctly. You see the share up here, there's no red dot anymore. We don't have any work to do. So we will select View Publish Version. Now look, the instructions disappeared. Remember, the instructions are only for you to know how to do the work. When you submit or publish your work and make it visible, only I see what you publish and your classmates as well. So I will select Edit. Now I want to make sure it shows up where it's supposed to. Now from the top of my browser, I'm going to navigate back to the Canvas course, right? I'll select Digication Cora again. And when we got started with this activity, this little thumbnail said template. Now it says my name. That's the name I changed on the second time. So I can access my portfolio here. I can also access my portfolio here. So now that my portfolio is published and people can see, now I can do my activity here. It's a little introduction, you know, a couple of paragraphs in English and a picture. So I've given you a rich text. All of your text for this course will be in a rich text module. You're free to type it on Microsoft Word first or a Google Doc, but do not put those documents on here. You want to type it, right? You can edit the settings with the little gear. So I select the pencil and say, this is a bit about me. Of course, yours will be longer. I'll make sure that my size of my box shows all of my text. Then if I want to add a picture, I can select the plus button, upload file, and I can grab a picture of myself from the computer or I'd search the computer for that. I won't do that for the sake of this time for this video. So now we have a red dot again. So we would select Publish Page. And from here, if I want to view Published Version, this is what people can see about my introduction slide or introduction assignment on Digication. Now we're almost finished. We're almost finished with this part of the assignment. From here, we will select Edit, and we have written our introduction. We've added a picture. Now we want to go to the top, copy the link, go to our assignment, and submit the URL link here, which I already have it here. I will put it again just so you can see, and then I would select Submit Assignment. And then you're finished. You've created your portfolio from the template. So remember, publish makes it visible. Always use the share button. Never, ever select submit. That submits it to Digication. We're not using that feature. We're publishing, commenting, and just doing our work in a much more streamlined fashion. All right, guys, I'm excited to work with you. I hope this tutorial was helpful.